Welcome to the Quick Talk Podcast with Joshua Latimer, where we discuss business, life, family, faith, struggle, fire, pain, and ultimately winning.
It's time to take massive action. Look, I can't work harder on your life or business than you do. It's ultimately all on you.
You know, God created all the food the birds would ever need, but he doesn't put it in their nest. You've got to go get it.
10 out of 10 people die. So how about doing something today that actually matters while you still can? Hey everybody, welcome to the Quick Talk Podcast. I'm driving in my truck, so you might hear a little background noise. And I get to go do something really cool. As you know, I have 5 kids, that's a lot of kids. If you have like one kid and you feel overwhelmed, you don't even, that's cute, No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, going from 0 kids to 1 kid is probably the biggest adjustment. 1 to 2 almost breaks you. And after you get used to 3, it's all just kind of chaos becomes normal. So then it's okay. So just some encouragement. But, I'm driving to field day. And it's funny because as adults, I think it's interesting that we try to protect kids from certain things, right? That's our job as parents. We're like, don't watch that movie. Don't listen to that song. Don't eat that unhealthy food. But what's really interesting to me is how we don't hold ourselves to the same standard, right? As if it's somehow not bad anymore if we do it. Isn't that interesting? Fitness and morality and all this stuff. And adults, here's my point. Adults are just kids. They're just really tall kids. That's all they are. And what's funny, in high school, there's so much positioning, and people wear masks, right? And it's all fake, and you're trying to fit in. Everybody has an angle and kind of finds their niche, and they're trying to survive life and survive the social situations. But the same exact thing is true as an adult. It's not different at all. Half the people you meet either have an agenda or a position, or you don't really know what's going on. You'll see marriages that look really good, but you have no idea it's horrible in the background. You really don't know. Everybody talks about fake news. Most humans are fake news in some area of their life, right? And not that you should share every detail of your life with the world. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there's a parallel between how kids are, especially in high school, and then how adults still are. It doesn't change. The male ego doesn't go away, and all the self-limiting beliefs that kids have, they don't go away. And with my kids, I have 3 boys, and then my 2 they're the oldest, so 3 boys, and then the 2 younger ones are girls. And my boys are into sports, and they're trying to figure it out. My oldest is only 11, and they're not mega rock star athlete, superheroes, but they got some talent. If they put some work in, chop some wood, they could be really solid. And today's field day, and so Tucker, my middle son, he's kind of like a beast. He's a tough kind of go-getter, likes to play in the dirt, build forts in the woods kind of guy. So he just did the mile run, and he won. And I'm so happy for him. And the reason I'm happy is because what's happened is he's going to have a switch that is flipped inside of his head that helps make it real for him, that when you put your mind to something, you can get what you want. Because for the last several weeks, we've been talking about field day coming up. And, there's this desire in my kids. And Maverick had his field day yesterday. He didn't do as good on the stuff, but he had a lot of fun and stuff. But we always talk about okay, you have a desire, you have a desirable outcome that you want. And here's the work you got to put in to give yourself a chance to get it. But there's still fear, and you're still intimidated by all the people around you, and they're faster than me, they're smarter than me, they're whatever. And the same is true with your business or you in your personal life. We don't have a guarantee of the outcome. And because we don't have a guarantee, there's a lot of fear. But what's really cool is after you accomplish something, all that type of fear, it goes away. And that's why I've said many times on the podcast, if I were to start another home service company, I would have no fear at all doing it. I would do my research. I understand all the steps. who's my avatar, what's my market, what's the total marketable base in my area, what's my messaging, how am I going to position myself, like what's our sales process look like, what are the numbers going to look like, what's my team going to look like, what's the marketing like, and I would just start doing the stuff, and it would work because it always works, because it's just a system. It's a bundle of systems layered on top of each other that always work when they're done correctly in the right order, with the right understanding. But when you haven't achieved something, it doesn't feel like that at all. And for Tucker, what's really cool is he worked hard. He was doing sprints. He's running to the end of our driveway and back, which we have like a 1,200 foot long driveway. And he was like putting in the work, and he was focused. He's doing push-ups and I don't know, all this stuff. And he won. He freaking won. That is so awesome. Like, I love it when people win. I love to celebrate when other people win. And I had a coaching call today with a guy named Steven. He's from Tennessee in the Nashville area. And what's up, Steven, if you're listening? I'm actually going to have him on the podcast soon, because his story is crazy. He's a very young man, and he's had a business for 5 years. I think he started it in high school, and he's in college now, or I don't know if he dropped out or not, but like, he's that young. And they're going to do $400K this year. And last year they did $100,000. He had joined the Automate, Grow, Sell boot camp, and I had talked to him a couple times in the past, and last year they did around $100,000 in revenue, which is still insanely amazing for a young kid to just do that on the side, right? But that's not enough for him. Like, he's hungry, right? And we're talking on our call, and like last time we talked, I guess, we basically, what I had told him was, here's the one thing you need to measure. Start measuring your average crew hour. So that's an important basic number. Let's get in the habit of that. And then you need to go beast mode on boots on the ground marketing. Well, he's one of those people that just does it. And so it's funny when we talked today, like the first things out of his mouth was, I did what you said. I kept it simple. I went beast mode for the last 6 months on boots on the ground marketing. It's all I'm doing is networking and going deep and meeting everybody. And their business is literally 4Xing this year because of that. He's got like 9 people working with him. He's built a team literally out of thin air, because he used to do it by himself last year. And it's really just amazing to watch, and I was just celebrating the win with him, just like telling him what a great job he did, because he didn't sit there in fear. Like, he just went out and did it. And then my son today, I'm driving there to go see him because he's got a couple other events, but I'm going to ask him, like, what did it feel like? Were you nervous? And I don't know what he's going to say, but I'm guessing he was nervous, but he did it anyway. And I'm so happy that switch was unlocked. So here's my challenge to you guys. You got to realize how important it is for you to create wins for yourself. Because when you go long enough operating in like this numb state of just of sameness, when you do that long enough and you're not getting wins, you just kind of go into a coma, like a growth coma, and you can't seem to get out of it. And the fear becomes bigger, the uncertainty becomes bigger, business starts to feel like just a game of chance to you, like you have no control. You feel like you have no control, and you don't have control over everything, but you have control over a lot more stuff than you think you do. So you gotta like pick something as a target, and then you have to make yourself hit that target, no matter how small it is. You need to get wins, because it flips a switch in your head that says, oh my God, this is possible. It could be something as simple as saying, I'm going to get my first commercial account, right? Or I'm going to hire my first employee by this date. Like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go for it. And then actually doing it. And then you realize I'm capable of this. Like, I can do this, because I promise all of you guys, tons of people so much less talented than you already have what it is that you want. Ooh, that's good. I want you to remember that. Thousands and thousands of people less talented than you already have what you want. That is a fact. You don't have to have an MBA. You don't have to have a Harvard education. You need to keep it simple. Identify the one big domino you need to knock over, and then do it. And do it hard and aggressive. Money follows velocity. That's another concept I don't know if I've talked about, but the speed at which you implement, the speed at which you apply what you learn, it creates this weird momentum in your life, and opportunities happen quicker, and relationships will come out of the blue, and your revenue will grow, and your team will grow. But you have to implement quick. And what's really cool about Steven's story is that's exactly what he did. I mean, He's been doing this for 5 years. He made like some side money the first year, made like 20 grand the second year, 40 or 50 grand the third year. And by most people's standards, like he was already crushing it as a college kid with a 6-figure business doing 100K last year. But he joined the boot camp and is like, no, like I want more. I want to build a monster. I want to automate it. And it's not about money for him. He's not money motivated. He's accomplishment motivated. And he's addicted to winning. And it's because he's taken so much action so quickly and just sustained it. He's literally addicted to winning. And they're going to hit 400K this year. There are people listening to this that have been in business for 20 years that have never done that much. And it's not really a contest because everybody's situation is different. But to me, it's a contest with yourself. And if you don't have the results that you want, and you know deep down that you haven't put in the work that you need to, how are you going to shake out of that? How are you going to disrupt your mindset so that you can make the changes that you need? Well, it starts by getting one little win. Don't just do the same thing every day. Don't not measure stuff and just get up and go to work, go home, go to sleep, get up, go to work, go home, go to sleep. That is a trap. Pick something, call your shot, make it happen, and get yourself a win, and do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again, and do it again. And before you know it, you're going to be addicted to winning just like Steven is. So I'm excited. You can hear my blinker. That means I'm turning into the school. I hope I get to see at least one of his last little events today. It's going to be awesome. Also, I'm traveling back to Boise this week to meet more people of Russell Brunson's Inner Circle for this little one-day thing. Hopefully, I'm going to get several more people on the podcast just to drop a lot of value. These are like very, very cool, interesting, smart, accomplished people. And I'm going to try to line up more interviews with the Inner Circle. So wish me luck in that regard. And because I got just tons of great feedback from the other one that I did. And what else? Yeah, that's it. I'm going to Boise, then I'm going to Phoenix, Arizona, but I can't tell you why I'm going there. That's a top secret. And then I'm going to Utah, all in like a 5-day period. It's going to be crazy. And I'm going to Utah because the supplier for SendJim.com that sends out our gifts and our brownies actually got like 2 weeks backlogged on brownies. Like, I didn't realize how big of a customer we were to this fulfillment center. And we basically shut them down because we have too many people sending gifts and stuff through SendJim to their clients and doing all this stuff. And it was really stressful because all of our customers were really mad, and it was right around Mother's Day. And they're like, where are my brownies? And it was a whole nightmare. So I'm going to go there to try to sort that out and make sure that doesn't happen again. Because guess what? Business is hard no matter what. There's always something. There's always something, man. But that's okay. It's all fixable. Nothing is irreparably damaged in my business or in yours, so keep going. Talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless.
Hey, thanks for hanging out, friends. And from all of us here at the Quick Talk Podcast team, we hope you loved today's show. We hope that you were inspired to become a doer and not just a listener. Apply what you've heard today in your own business and watch things change for the better. Lastly, remember that all the money in the world can't save your soul. Seek first the kingdom of God, my friends. We'll see you next time.
For more information about the Quick Talk Podcast or Joshua's other businesses, visit our website, quicktalkpodcast.com. Have a blessed day.